we've got another classic on our hands, people. Another excitable, beautiful gem. The Wind and the Willows. So, The Wind and the Willows is a TV show between 1984 to 1990. However, it originally came... There was a film version that came out in 1983, based on the book by Kenneth Grant from 1908. And for many years, it's been adapted in different kinds, from maybe live action to 2D animation to 3D animation. It's just been constant. There's been many variations and different versions of this particular story. Funny enough, this version I'm talking about is actually, well, it's based on the original. It's based on the TV series from the TV movie from '83, but it's been expanded. But it's been expanded upon from for many years, and it's ran for about 5 seasons, which is funny enough. Well, in terms of you can say maybe 4. Well, it's actually 5 in particular if you count. If we'll get into the basics of with that season debacle. Anyway, so first things and foremost, this is actually my favourite Cosgrove Hall TV show of all time. I mean, something you can think below is Danger Mouse, which I remember watching as a kid. Danger Mouse won't be on this video at all. On this series, actually, yeah. Let me pronounce that. The Danger Mouse will make an appearance on this series. I'll make a video sort of later on of why I have to explain it, but not here. So, it's one of my favourite Cosgrove Hall TV shows of all time. I think really because of how it stands out. Because the modelling techniques that Brian and his team have used are, was it latex or something like that? It's a very different type of animation which was new very much, and I love it very much. I mean, it's brilliant. The voice cast is absolutely superb because you've got Sir David Jason voicing Mr. Toad. You've got Peter Sallis voicing Rat. Although in the original in the TV movie version it was done by Ian Carmichael, who was now let's say demoted to narrator for the first 4 seasons, and Sallis' Rat is actually brilliant. You've got Richard Pearson as Mole, and then you've got Sir Michael Hordern as Badger, which I've sort of made a cock-up and I'm sort of retconning it now. He actually narrated the Paddington series in the 70s, not Michael Bond. That's a bit of a mistake, but I've sort of rectified it now. Sir Michael Hordern narrated the Paddington TV series in the 70s, or The Adventures of Paddington, if you know. That's out of the way. Let's go. So, Wind and the Willows. Like I said, it's one of my favourites of all time. How I got into the Wind and the Willows is quite interesting because my parents got me a VHS, which was a bumper special. I'm not going to say which bumper special it is. And all I can remember from it is seeing the Thames VHS video logo intro, and probably the intro to Wind and the Willows, and I think that was it. I have very hazy memories of, and I can always remember the VHS that I owned, but I can't remember if I watched the entirety of it, which is strange. And I literally can't remember. The only thing I remember about Wind and the Willows is actually the clips of various compilations I've picked up over the years, like for example, was it Hope for Sale and Toad's Harvest, which are from preschool special competition. The first one from 1992. Then there was the Tale of Two Toads, which is actually the second TV movie from 1989, and from a VHS was released in 1994. Interesting. The Song of the Open Road, which Define sang in the preschool favourites in 1995, and then one which I recognise the most of any episodes, which is Mercury the Motorbicycle from Play School Favourites, which is, let's say they don't put the full episode in, it's just an excerpt, and I'm really annoyed about that. I think I mentioned in the Brum video about Brum and the Flood. Yeah, but overall, Wind and the Willows is actually is pretty interesting for its time, considering it came at the same time as Tom Stanton and Friends from '84, though it's lasted quite a good few years. I mean, the actual 4 seasons are actually perfect. Yeah, those are my particular favourites. From up to 87, and then you got the TV movie Tale of Two Toads, and then we come to the 5th series, or some people call it Oh Mr. Toad. I find it quite baffling because I think it was when it was originally broadcast in 1990, it had a different intro. It had Toad narrating everything in like a diary entry, and to just focus on his absolute adventures, not really focusing on the other characters like in the previous 4 seasons. It's merely to do with Toad, and it's sort of, you can count it as a spin-off, like with other TV shows. They focus on one character too much, and it's all right. I don't really mind it that much, and I can see why. I don't know why, but I think the reception of it was a bit. I don't know really, because I can only relate to the first 4 seasons very much, and with the 5th season, Almost Toad, it's quite different. And then afterwards, Mr. Winter Willows just faded away. That version just gone. Never came back. It only later on in the 90s, videos started coming out, and they were being released on VHSs. Some were actually reissues of like older VHSs from the late 80s, funnily enough, or they'd just been reissued in the back catalogue, which the video collection and Thames Video were doing. And after which, I think in the late 90s, about 98, nothing. That Winter Willows just went, and then the whole thing got reissued on, they got released on DVD. An entire box set was released, with everything, all 5 seasons, and the 2 specials. That's good. Well, the 2 movies, yeah, indeed. I think that's all I can say about the show now. So, Winter Willows, probably. Oh, I forgot now. Also, the intro, as I mentioned, as it's shown in the video, it's sung by Ralph Mattel. Ralph Mattel, probably a okay singer-songwriter. I do hate the song Streets of London. Let me put this out. One of my worst songs of all time. I know it's from the 70s, but I really hate that song, along with stuff like this one's by Kate Bush, and another one with Kate Bush on, but it's done by Peter Gabriel, Don't Give Up. I absolutely hate that. Let me clarify that. I hate those. Those are the worst songs ever, in my opinion. I think because of the emotion level and stuff like that, I just can't. You get too emotional with those 2 songs. You're like, you sort of go red and everything. I'm digressing, but it's sort of relevant. But the song, the Tell song by Ralph Mattel, I really love. I think it's really good. You can get on iTunes and it's on Spotify as well. So waste no time and put that in your music collection. Put it on a Spotify playlist, and you can listen to it all day. I find it quite beautiful, and the music by Keith Hotwood, and there's some other guy, I think Malcolm or something like that. Do a really nice job. It's like orchestral flushes and stuff. It's really good. Really good. So that's Winter Willows. That's, sorry for the abrupt thing about the music and stuff like that, but Winter Willows. Arguably one of the most interesting TV shows of all time. It's a really good adaptation, or the movie version's a good adaptation, and then you get you get more episodes, you get more interesting stories with the characters. Mainly to do with Toad's vices very much, of what he's going through, like, buying a hot air balloon, buying a pool table, for instance, a billiards table, trying to keep fit, harvesting, missing animals, kids very much, go wander in the storm. It's just really good. And the last episode, Toad filmmaker actually makes the prominent ending, and is like, as I said, in some years this film will remember who we are, and people look upon this, or something like that, along the lines. And it sort of knows that it's finishing, like it's ending, like it's a really nice ending actually at the end of the 5th season. Although it's not. If only they could put the original music at the end, that would be nice, instead of the Oh Mr. Toad theme. That bothers me a little bit, but overall, it's just so amazing, lovely animated. The voice, the voices on this, David Jason, Salis, Pearson, Horden, even Carmichael, and Jimmy Hammond on that. It's just fantastic. I absolutely love the show. I love its English wit. It's very English. It's very British. It resonates the old timey Englishness of literature and stuff like that. It's just amazing. And they also talk about food, what they baked. It's like damson jelly, scones, and everything like that. You didn't even drink alcohol as well, which is pretty good. Again, for a kids show, I think alcohol is acceptable. Well, back in the day, it would have been. Not in this day and age. Not in the 21st century. Shame. Anyway, thank you for watching. Another great gem to add to the collection of videos to do with Path Nostalgia in the series, Winds and Willows. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.
Spin me a dream woven silver and gold, from sunshine and shadows and days long ago, where people are memories and stories unfold. Willows, the tales you have told me. Wind in the willows, you just seem to know.